Hello. Thank you for stopping by. I got some picks in the mail. Some Jimmy Long minis. I ordered a set of his rakes. He actually has a whole rake set. And he was kind enough to send me a set of his flat hooks. So, pretty excited about that. And I was gonna be sitting here playing with this stuff. I am wide awake, can't sleep, I'm in pain. Nothing will help knock that down, so might as well do this. If you're familiar with Jimi Longs, here's his case, his tool roll, and then you know that those are his style of handles there. These have a little bit of differences as you made them, but all in all, it's a pretty comfortable handle. And then he has done a bit of a recreation or a homage or whatever you want to call it, shortened version for the shorties. So figure why not play with some picks. Late night, I don't know if anyone's gonna show up, so I'm just gonna kind of get moving. Cheers to you. It's already late. I usually go, so let's see. I think that's the one that does that. So this is a 410 Loto that I rattled, and then Greyhound Pick and printed out the replacement body, which prevents it from rattling. And if I get in there just the right way with this thing, what's going on, Evan? Playing with some Jimmy Long's mini picks. Oh, I don't think that's the right one. Let's go with this one. Come in with the back of the pick here. Let's see. Get that just enough. No. Ugh, I was getting this earlier. Of course it was working earlier. Lucas, how you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Same to you, Evan. I pick locks, yes. I do. I pick locks and I escape handcuffs and locks and chains. I'm an escape artist. I got a bag of handcuffs down here that I'll probably end up starting to play with, but like I said, I got these new little toys today. So these I bought. These ones were a gift from Mr. Jimmy Longs. And let's go ahead and do a little bit of lock picking. Right? Pick lock, yes. Pick lock. Let us lock pick. Ooh. Don't drop your turner. It's not going to help you pick the lock. So, alright, we're going to get in there. So with a normal pick, I'm going to be holding it up front. But the side of it and a little bit on the back side are going to rest here. And when I need to create leverage, I'm going to use that part of my finger to kind of create leverage. And then this will be my fulcrum. Whereas this, I don't have that back there. So I got to either choke up to be able to get it or kind of get my grip a little different. So I'm got a fulcrum here and I'm pushing here kind of thing. So a little bit of a different approach when you're using small little pocket picks. There's a pin. That pin should have went. There's a pin. There's another pin. It should be close. What's going on? Oh, golly. What's going on? Beef, how you doing? Melon Pip. Oh, there we go. This is a dead shackle, dead core. That means that the core does not have a spring on it, and the shackle doesn't have a spring on it, which is nice because I just dropped my tensioner, and if this had a spring on it, it would have snapped back into place. But since it doesn't, it didn't, and I'm able to get my thing open. And the dead shackle just falls either way. But it makes for fun. It's a lot different feel when you're picking. Here is, where's another one? Oh, well, I don't know what I like. Alright, here's a quick little trailer coupler pick. These, I'm gonna get in here with this single peak and just see how. It should have honestly been open already. What the fuck? Doing something wrong. Oh, there we go. Alright, sorry. Your trailer is gone. Someone stole your trailer. Marcelino, how you doing? Porterama, hello. Avianzo. Mountain Mick, what's up, brother? Y'all, Mountain Mick's a lock picker as well. So he's got a channel, he does lives. So if you got questions and I'm not paying attention, he can definitely probably start helping you out there as well. Let's see, with this quick set, a lot of you got this on your door. I'm thinking these are not aggressive enough. I would rather have more of a Bogota in the skiway. So let's switch it around and pick it. Oh, that's super deep. Where's the other one? I like a nice flat hook. Gotten used to kind of like a medium or a deep, depending on how he does it. Mainly, I've been using the Jimi Long's medium flat so much lately, so it's kind of my go-to pick. But that changes up depending on what locks I'm doing. And I like to switch it up. You know, I like to spend times on picks I'm not good with. Practice getting better, you know, see what you can do, that kind of thing. Well, that's nice, brother. Quick sets are easy. Well, everything's easy if you can do it. Right? There's no absolute. As shitty as master locks are, you can still find some that are hard to pick. And that's one thing. These are real low sloped. I need a little more aggression when I'm coming into a lot of cylinders and stuff. So we'll fuck around and see if we can pick this one. I'm a fan of Jimi Long's. I did get to test out some of these prototype picks a little bit before. But I didn't get to keep them. Sent them off to a vet. I founded Mitten Made Lock Sport, which is a group for veterans. There we go. Lock pickers. Veteran lockers, they have channels, and we try to supply them with locks and picks and things like that. We've sent around our mitten made lockout tag out logo lock to a good chunk of them. We're still sending some more out. A lot of guys. Go check them out and go check Mitten Made Lock Sport at Mitten Made Lock Sport. It's a good channel. Oh, thank you, Mick. I appreciate that, man. When I first started kind of having some success on my channel, and Multi-Pick reached out to me and wanted to send me some stuff, and then Covert reached out to me and got on a phone call with me. It was cool, you know. You're like stoked, and people want to send you stuff, and you're getting some attention. But it also feels awkward. So I'm not someone that promotes myself or sells myself really well. I like being part of a team more than anything. So I thought, what a better thing to do with these connections I was starting to make with the lockpick companies, instead of trying to just benefit my channel. I thought my wife and I came up with the idea to start Mitten Made Lock Sport, so we could use those connections and relationships I was building to benefit vets. So any money, I don't make a lot of money off this channel, even though it is monetized. I don't hammer the ads and membership and all that crap. But any money that comes in goes to locks and picks that we send around to our vets and some other stuff. We have Multi-Pick from Germany was the first company to jump in, and they've sent a lot of stuff. They've directly supported vets for us and helped us out. Southern Specialties jumped right in. They've been a huge supporter of Mitten Made Lock Sport and my channel, and continue to be, and they're very, very supportive of a lot of the individual veterans and their channels and things like that. Lockjaw Manufacturing also jumped in and started helping us out early on. And then there's just a bunch of, you know, lock pickers and YouTube channels that have supported and helped us out as we're going. And we definitely need the support, you know. We can't do anything without it. But we don't bother people too much for it. We just take what people have in terms of support, and then we spread it out amongst our vets. We also try to help other just lock picking channels, because lock sport's a very good community. A lot of cool people. And you like to be able to help people that help other people, you know what I mean? And I also have the Shackleman, co-founded with, where's Not Too Dead's ship? It's somewhere around here. At Not Too Dead, and I started the Shackleman Cuff Club, which is an escape group. Primarily handcuffs, but other restraints and straitjackets and locks on chains and things like that. So we have fun. Oh, Dean P! What's going on, Lady Locks, Jimmy Locks, Rin Smith? Oh yeah, we'll talk, man. Hit me up, Mick. I know you guys got some stuff going on, which is awesome, man. But I don't ever want to, like, I'm not trying to crash parties and do shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I want to get in the way of other people doing some cool stuff. Sometimes you just like to watch people do cool ass stuff, man. That's why I caught Mick. I caught you earlier, Mick. Actually had you on. You did like 4 hours, brother. I had you on a couple times while I was cleaning and doing stuff. And then I had Dean on for a while. And he went on after you. I need it. What is going on? Oh, hey. I don't think I've ever done that before. I've gotten the pick stuck on alongside the turning tool. That's actually pretty interesting. I mean, it's easily released, but to tells me I'm using the wrong turning tool. This should be an easy little lock, but will of course give me problems. That's how these things work. I sound like I own some Bitcoin. Oh my God, I wish. I wish I owned any coin. Bits, pieces. You want to donate some coin, I'll take it. I would just, if I want to invest in Bitcoin, I'd be the guy that just chose the obvious. It's 5 minutes before the rug pull. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'm investing. 5 minutes later, all my money's gone? Oh, man. That's what would happen to me. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's Shackleman related, brother, then, I got to get Shackleman involved in that in terms of not too dead. This is my partner. I don't do nothing without him. Where the Shackleman are concerned. He's a good guy. Pyro Panda, as we call him. Because he wears the head of a panda. I don't think it's a real panda head, but who knows? Jesus Christ. The world's easiest lock. Ugh. Literally, these are the worst fucking lock on the market. Don't lock any of your shit up with these. Ever. The fact that it's not already open is an embarrassment. Yeah, there you go. That's like 10 times longer than it normally takes. F that lock is all I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, you got the purple, you got the green. I got 2 of the green ones. This one is like, I don't know, it's like, it's just too much. It's just too easy. There's nothing to this thing. It's just, oh, I already had it open, but I let it go. Oh, now it's gonna fuck me. I haven't fucked with this one in a while. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. It's getting its revenge. I've embarrassed this lock a lot. Come on, you stupid fucking... Oh, there we go. It's hung up on one pin. Yeah, this one's like kind of the very, very, very easiest. These 2 aren't too bad. This one's probably the most difficult one of these I've had. I've probably had a dozen of these that I've played with and sent off to other people. So, and they're sad, yeah. And they have spool pins. They have security pins, and they're pretty. I used to call these the pretty brinks. Although I do think for beginning pickers, these are absolutely awesome. 1, they're a good confidence booster. But 2, they're like a white belt lock with spool pins. So I think they're probably very helpful for teaching people how to deal with spool pins. And it's much easier than like an Avis 5540, which I think's the best lock for starting out with spool pins. Kind of get into that. You get into like a Master Lock 570, 575, things like those, and they'll start teaching you. It's not too hard a lock, but these are an easy lock with the spool pin, so it's a nice, easy way. Spool pins are so like a spool. Okay, so like a spool. Like if you have your ridge and you have your ridge and then a spool of thread. All right. So the middle part, the main middle part is thinner than your two rims. So most pins, standard pins, are smooth all along the sides, and they're going to be a little rounded at the bottom where the key comes in, so it can push it up and it can bounce up and down along all the key ridges. The top of it will be flat. The driver pin on top of that will be flat where they meet up, because the flat has to push the flat perfectly. All right. So where this flat happens, if I've got this ridge and this inside thing and then another ridge, when this is against the side of the wall and it comes up, it shifts into that gap, and it causes your cylinder to turn a little bit, which we call a false set, and then it catches. So if you want to get it fully pushed out, you got to turn the cylinder back to get it up around and then get it to where it hits the shear line. And that counter rotation motion, that shifting, often makes other pins that you set drop back down. So it creates a whole kind of like bit of chaos that's going on in your picking situation. And you can have serration, or you can have spools, and then you can have nice little thinner lines of spools, which is more of a serration. It's more of a click and less of a, back and forth where that's going on. Because you can only cut a lock once, man. I mean, why damage it if you can get into it, And then these are frustration puzzles. It's fun because a lot of times, even when you figure them out and you come back at them, you got to do it again and again and again. You might get it, it'll be hard. If you put it down, you don't pick a particular type of lock for a while. All of the different types and all of the different brands and they all have a little bit different feel. So this is an American 1100. It's kind of the standard for green belt. Get that one. All right. I'm waiting for him to drink it. Right? All right. Well, all right. So I'll take a little swig. Cheers to y'all. This is Aspen vodka. It's pretty good. It's actually, yeah, it's really it's smooth across the front of your mouth. You catch the burn at the back. And it doesn't have that it doesn't have like a cheap vodka flavor to it, I don't know if that means anything to anybody, if you're a vodka drinker or not, or a liquor drinker. It's got a clean taste to it, front, back, and aftertaste. There's nothing nasty kind of laying in your mouth. So hey, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, if you guys are here, man, I appreciate it. Throw a like. I don't badger people too much for that kind of shit. Go check my channel out. Give me a subscription. You want to become a member? I don't do much, but the membership dues, or whatever the hell you call it, it goes to helping the vets for Mitten Made Lock Sport. So you're supporting vets if you support this channel. How about that, man? You came here, you're watching lock picking, and you're supporting vets. You didn't know you could do those at the same time. Oh, yay, baby. 211. Steelhead? Steel Reserve, right? Oh, my God, dude. Malt liquor? V-Town, baby. Don't tell me that. You're bringing back, I felt the vomit in the back of my throat from, the last time I drank that shit. You got to go hard with this 211. 211 ain't no joke. I'm just crashing on the old Budweiser, Pissweiser. It's a cheap, watery beer, but damn it, it's the one that I like the flavor of and I get used to. I would prefer to be drinking some like Dirty Blonde or some Oberon. Nice Hefeweizen would be great. Ooh, Heffa. Did you just call me a heifer? No, 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 ma'am. Said you have a Hefeweizen. I like wheat beer and I cannot lie. You other brewers can't deny. And when a hop walks in, what? Heffalumps and woozles, right? One of these pins is fucking me. Oh, shit. Well, shit. Meteor shit. Does anybody know that reference? Who wants to win Star of the Night? Meteor shit. What movie am I referencing? Farrell, how you doing? You're thinking you do a lot of storage places and pick locks? Yeah. I could. I should. I did used to be a handyman, like subcontractor. I did a lot of lockouts and turnovers and things like that, but that was before I ever actually learned to pick locks. I just learned how to get past them all the other ways. Oh, goddamn. My goodness. Again, it's always it's a little off. It's a little off with that little shorty. But and what's the difference, man? Like, why would you want short picks? So here is the Force. It's shaped like a lightsaber. It's the Southern Specialties Force EDC pocket pick carry set. It's actually got a fourth pick over in there and a turner. Man, I can carry this in my fifth pocket. I can have this in the wallet. And so all your basic locks. So a lot of your storage and locker and thing like that, padlocks. I don't know, your sheds and your garages, your where'd my thing go? You're just like your wafer locks that you need to jiggle open, your desks, your filing cabinets, things like that. Just all your basic locks that, man, they are going to frustrate you and piss you off because someone misplaced a key. A little set like this can get you into it. And knowing how to use it. And then, once you get in there, sure, I like more than 4 profiles. I like more than 1 turner. So I'll expand on that. And I like to play with everybody's stuff. So, hence, I've got some little pocket picks, EDC. Now, these are a lot thicker. They don't fit into a case as slim as that. They're going to take up more space going that way, too, generally. Just because even if they're not wider, but they stretch the fabric more and they need more space to kind of fit, if you know what I mean. So, gotta figure it out. What do I want to carry? How do I want to carry it? How many do I want to carry? What works for me. And then your handle and your hold will have some difference on, your preferences. And then your profile availability. Nice thing about Jimi Longs, man, I was really, really stoked because he only had 2 effing rakes that were 2 different, and a cycloid and then an aggressive, so a little bit higher peaks on that. Both of them triple peaks. And when I kicked onto the website like a couple days ago and found that he had a whole rake set, 1, 2, 3, 4 peak, 1, 2, 3, and 4 peak set, I was absolutely stoked. These are $10. The bear thing $10 for 4 picks. $5, you can get a set of 4 handles. $15, you can have a whole 4-piece set. And he's got them in flats and rounds. I think he might have gym hooks too. I gotta check that out. But they're fucking awesome. And again, Southern Specialties. I love this little force kit set. They have a lot of pocket. These guys got a lot of pocket pick things. They got a little pocket jackknife. They've got a force pick set, which is a bigger version of this. It's got a little more detail on the engraving of the like lightsaber handle. And they've got a bunch of stuff over there. If you go to Southern Specialties, lockpicktools.com, use the code PICKME, you can get 10% off any order. You have the Reaper, Mace 1-2, curve turners from Sparrows, and Escort the Georgia. Oh, nice. What? Man, Jim ain't giving me nothing now. Jim's a great guy. Anybody wants to see one of the absolute best pickers in the world, you go check out Georgia Jim. He's unbelievably good at what he does, and he is an absolutely great guy. Wonderful man. Yeah. I had a dream. I told Jim, I had a dream, man, that you like he was on a tour because he'd lived this crazy life and he released a book about his life, and he was, I don't remember what I told him. I was like, you were like motorcycling across Italy, or I don't know, and he was like, nope, I'm boring, I haven't done any of that. I was like, I think you've lived the secret life. Transparent eyeball. Transparent eyeball, that's one of our Mitten Made vets right there. And I have eyeball, we got to meet up, man. I've got, where the hell did it go? Eyeball, you get the special one. You get the Sprung Core 410. The one of the lot. That's going to my boy, Mr. Eyeball. I might have another stick. We'll throw you a second sticker on there. I got to restock some of those. Ooh, an abloy. Oh, nice. I know, right? I got 10 of these. Who was it? Shit. It was Jackrabbit, right? Shit, yeah. I won Jackrabbit's giveaway, and he had a gift certificate like with a lock seller. And so I was like, well, let me just throw more money on top of that gift certificate and get a stack of 10 of these because they had them for a great price. I got 5 of them that are the 401 key. I got 4 of them that were this 417 key, which is a completely mirrored keyway. It totally makes it a different lock. I can get into the 417 keyways pretty easy. I fucking struggle with the normal 401s and whatever else is in that capacity. And then out of the lot, there was one random Sprung Core motherfucker. That's from my boy Ryan over there. Transparent eyeball. Which is nice because he doesn't live super far from me. We've met up before. He's one of the pickers I've been able to meet up with and hang out with. So, alright. This is the time of the podcast, or the live, whatever we call these things, where the cuffs start coming out. Hoslin, how you doing? Thank you for stopping. Delbert, how you doing, brother? Delbert, Mountain Mick, Transparent Eyeball, those guys are all pickers. If you guys got questions, ask them. If I can't get to it, they'll answer. Some good dudes. If they were not good dudes, I would tell you. Bernard, Anna, the lost one, thank you. I carry the Lock Reaper set. Sparrow's hammer finger. Oh, like, I haven't tried very much Sparrow's stuff. I wasn't super impressed with the few things I got early. I didn't hate it or anything, but I just didn't really care for them too much, pick wise. One thing I definitely will always give Sparrows love for is their cutaway trainers. And I loved the one I had, but I sent it to my son when he got into lock picking. They're a great price. They're just a nice little simple, easy, you see through the side, see what's going on in there, and they're really easy to gut. You can buy their, what is it, the repin kit or whatever, I don't know what they call it, but it comes with just a ton of pins and their chest pins and extra keys and to do up different things. So, and it's all at a great price, and it's good to easy to use. So, yeah, the reload kit. Thank you very much, Mountain Mick. The sidewinder and the reload kit. And then you can just order one of the sidewinders, the cutaway lock, and then you can kind of pin it up how you want, or you can. They've got like a 3-pack, right, where you get one with the standard, one with spool, one with serrated, and so it's a really good training set of tools that they have there. So that's one thing I definitely dig from Sparrows. Beyond that, I haven't gotten too much stuff from there. There's a few things I want to get from them. Just haven't been able to get around to that. Unfortunately, they have not answered any of my requests to solicit things for Mitten Made or my channel. But, it's not part of their business model. It's not part of their business model. I'm not a bitter guy. I need to find something to pick my way out of these, though. Well, I don't have to pick my way out of them. Let's go with the shim. Nice little flimsy little shim. I like the thinner ones. I don't like fighting a thick shim. I'd rather just get it in there. As you're shimming. If you're shimming in space, you need something on the back to kind of, be able to push things down on. If I was not in front of the camera this way, I would just have this pushed against my body, and then I would do this side of it there. But I need that extra resistance, so I'm going to push the bow down while pushing the shim down. And once it gets under, oh, there you go. Once it gets under, it'll be able to just push down further on its own. Now when I pull, shit, my blunt's falling out of my mouth. When I pull the bow out, I want to use my wrist to do it, or I can use my finger to do it. But either way, I want to hold this down, because when I pull the bow out, it'll start pulling that out too, and then I'll get this mostly open and it'll stop on me. And I want it to get all the way open. So let me kind of show you how that works. See, it popped that out and it locked in, and it's not open enough for me to slip my wrist through it. I have small wrists and big, kind of wide part of my hand comparatively, so slipping out that way is not one of my escapes. So I definitely, when I shim it, I need to hold it there with my thumb. Oh, Mick, yeah. That's my jam. They're not, Carrie. You're just kind of actually coming into a room full of people who actually play with handcuffs, and then you're making yourself sound dumb. These are Peerless 700Cs. These are the most used most used brand of handcuff across the country. So, hey, maybe you learned something tonight. Maybe you don't. I'm betting you don't. All right. Speaking of, even though they're a pretty color, these are the 750Cs. They are an upgrade from the 700Cs. What's the upgrade? The locking mechanism. Bar, spring. I double lock this, I can whack them against something and open the double lock. Double lock this, I cannot whack it against something and open the double lock. I gotta pick that shit. Big difference. The wrap attack, the whack attack. This is the thing, you cannot look up wrap attack handcuffs and not come up with a lot of fucking like drill rap shit. So I call it the wrap attack because you wrap it. Sorry, I call it the whack attack because you whack it. And whack attack gives you less bad, search results. Strangely, one of the few times. Different nations? Yeah, you got different stuff. I don't have a whole lot of different nation stuff. The one thing I do have old school made in England chub cuffs, which are a lever lock inside there. They are a fun pick, easy to shim out of. Let's go ahead and shim out of them. But to pick them, because a lever lock, you have to add tension. So with these, you have to be pulling on that little thing there that way while you're picking at it, and that gets hard to do while you're in cuffs. The other way to do it is to have some sort of tool. You get in there as a tension tool, and then you get in there and pick your way out. Which you only need to worry about doing. Where's my shit? If you're dicking with the double lock, because these things shim, I don't have to push the thing down. It'll push down on its own. Oop, there we go. Just easy to pop out of. Easy to slide out of. Oop. Come on, guy. There you go. And then you have Safe Lock in Australia, and you have TCH now in England. I've had the folding rigid, so you have a fully rigid cuff. There's no hinge, there's no anything. It's just static. My guys at Deadlocks and at Random Gym have recently been picking their way out of Dutch handcuffs to show that that's doable, because not all of us have them. We like to show each other which cuffs we can get out of and how to get out of them, things like that. I've got old school Darbies that I can get out of. You can get out of them two ways. So it's basically a screw key. There's a thread in there. There's a post in there that it threads onto. And when it threads up, as it's threading up, it's pulling this post down. And when you get up enough, it releases that. But as long as the thread is grabbing, or anything is grabbing, you can, oh shit. You can pull that down and get it that way. Or you can get in on the side of this and push down. I don't want to fuck these cuffs up, but if I do it right, I can get in there with a post or I use turning tools. This is the right one. I can push that down and get out of it with that. So yeah, doesn't matter. Even though we are obsessed with this universal key thing here, and we have higher security keyways warded, like split pawl warding or the Smith & Wesson 104, which has a key that looks like that. That's to get around the warding right there. Barrel warding. I'm going to call that barrel warding. Yeah, I'm going to call that barrel warding. I have not. I was trying like hell to get down to a locksmith competition this month, and it fell through. I'm pretty upset about that. Oh, Mount Mick. I've only used the heavy dog legs. I have not used the original dog legs, but the heavy dog legs are freaking fucking awesome. They're the pick that got me into this lock. And I do the best with 410 Lotos. I can kick ass at 7240s with them and other things like that. Like, yeah, the heavy dog legs by at Greyhound Picking. He's got some picks. He's got a story. Sells some stuff that he curates out of Southern Specialties. They work, make his stuff and things like that too. So, but yeah, he's the heavy dog legs are great, and I definitely want to get the new dogs. Definitely want to get the new dogs. Yeah, that deep one. I've been using the. I've been. Where's the goddamn thing at now? I have been hugely using. I wish it was here. Oh, so that's been my go-to, my main pick. So nice deep flat. So I like a deep hook now. And then if I can't get it in there, I'll take a medium. And technically, I think this is a medium flat from Jimi Long's, but Jimi likes to go deep. His Jimi runs deep. You know what I'm saying? The trunks, yeah. Oh, the elephant trunks are good too. And my problem is I bent my elephant trunks and I bent my fucking dog legs up. That's what sucks. What about the shackles? What about the shackles? Can you put on some handcuffs? Yeah, I got distracted. Do I think I could pick every? No, there's not a universal handcuff pick because you have different keyways and different, different pawls and different springs and different situations. So, and there's high security ones that have, that take an actual like a key, not handcuff key. So you definitely have to know what you're doing, but the better you are, the more you can kind of like get open with a paper clip or a bobby pin, or the less you have to modify a little piece of metal to be able to get it to open. And you get better, more consistent, and cleaner at finding the spot you got to find to get out of the cuffs, and that's all it really comes down to. So here's a nice little bent up. This isn't overly bent. It's gotten relegated into handcuff picking status here on the CCU Lock Lab level. What the actual hell am I doing? Well, I was picking locks, and now I'm escaping handcuffs. And oh, Eli, what's up? Elijah, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, my friend. All right. We'll go double lock. We'll go holes up towards the body. We'll find our handcuff key tool made by Rock Out with your lockout. You got your key on one end, you got your post on the other for applying the double lock. Double lock. Double lock. Let's see if I can get it. And I do that. I flick my tip. I do not know why. Sounds like I might have got it. Oop, did not get it. All right. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, shit. Missing this like a motherfucker. Bending the shit out of that. Hold on. I'll find a slightly better. Damn. Well, I'm stuck. When you guys come back next time, I will still be in these kind of. Hold on. Just need to find a fucking pick. All right, there we go. Got a busted multi-pick pick that I don't care if I fuck up. And of course, I immediately hit it. Right? Right? I did not. Okay. Ah, there we go. I just kept slipping off the goddamn thing. Reaching around like that makes it a lot harder. Alright, so. I gotta practice more that way. There we go. Doop, doop, doop. I bent my pick. And there we go. It is Picard. A good reach around requires practice. You do. You have to coordinate a lot of moving parts to get your reach around down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Well, a lot, and figuring that out is exactly what you're doing a lot of. So you're gonna trial and error yourself through the lock a few times, and in doing so, one thing you're gonna do is if you can learn about the locks, it can give you an edge. So like on these particular locks, the first pin that you're gonna encounter is a standard pin, and if you set that first pin, you will feel it click. You'll feel a little bit of counter rotation in your cylinder, and you know you have to get that one started before you go after the other 5, which are spools in this one. But it really comes down to either feeling, well, first of all, you'll be going after pins. They'll either feel spongy or stiff, and you're going to go after the ones that feel stiff. And then you're going to figure out the order. You'll find the first one. So there, I got that to set. And then you're going to go just kind of doing what we call the jiggle test. You'll go to each other pin and you'll just kind of press on it a little bit. Move to the next. Move to the next. And you'll see which pins are totally stiff, which pins have a little give. Find a stiff pin, you try working that one. And then after you find, so this, you're going to do pin 1, and then I'm going to go searching for something else. So if I get pin 1 and then pin 2 works, great. Then I know I'm at my binding order. That's going to work for me is 1 and then 2. And then if I go 1, 2, 3 and I screw it up, well, I'll reset it and then I'll go 1, 2, and then I'll feel it 4 and 5 and 6. And so it's just kind of like solving a puzzle. You're going to keep trying different combinations. Until you get it. Don't have enough hook on that. It's too shallow a hook to get that. So I can feel I'm pushing the spool. I'm getting a little bit counter rotation on the core, and then I'm not being able to push it down enough to get it to set and push back. So I know I need a little bit of a deeper hook. And then go back. And then after I've gone through and I feel like everything was set, I'm going to go back and check that first pin, because a lot of times as you're dealing with all that, that thing will drop out. And that's what I just did. And that's how I got it open. Can't put too much tension. I mean, you do have to be careful with your tension, but I actually use way heavier tension than everybody would tell you to use. Especially even on like the 1100s. This is supposedly like a super light tension lock, and you definitely have to like be able to do some light tension to get through a lot of these. But I go with a kind of a heavier tension than anyone uses, and I learned it from Left Hand Loki. You know, he was like, "Don't worry about the tension, just keep going." You know, it can be a little harder because you got to push harder, and you're gonna, if you use heavy tension, you see that little bit of up swoop on my pick there. It's because I crank the shit out of my picks because I'm fighting against my heavy tension. But I lean that way because it helps me control the pins a little bit better. It also gets in the way a lot. You know, the more I get a lighter touch, the better I get at doing that. I definitely am, you know, improving myself as a picker. Hey, what's up, Zoe? Zoe the cat. Yeah, sometimes you pick the lock, sometimes the lock picks you. Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. The fuck are you talking about, man? Lockout, tag out locks. Here, I'll do, where's my gray one? Shit. I'll try my Loto Rattle Reclaimed. Hold on. I gotta roll one up. I hope you guys don't mind. You can bear me a moment to provide myself some medicative relief from the pains in my body of being 52 years of stupid and reckless. I take ownership. It's my fault I hurt. Oh, roll. Oh, please. If anyone else is able to roll and imbibe with me, please do. It's been a long time since I smoked with anyone. Oh, Zoe, I got 4 rescues. Well, actually 2 rescues and 2 babies from the rescues because we've rescued pregnant cats running around my house right now. They rule our lives. All right, we'll see. I will go at this one with using the multi-pick magnetic handles on the lock noob pick. It's a shallower, shallower? No, thinner. Yeah, thinner hook tip. than I'm used to. So I really got to do a lot of work figuring out that I'm actually on. It's a round on a round. It's like hitting a baseball. That's why I like flats. Just able to get on the pin better. But I got to work on this too. I got to work on it a lot. Oh, there's a nice false set. So it's shifted a little bit. Okay, I'm going to push on that. Hopefully you can see the core move a little bit. And then kabam. Squizzle. And we got an open. The nice thing about the 3D printed one of these is you can't rattle it. And what rattling means is when you, so inside this looks like this. There's one of these in there. All right. When you we'll go with the triple P, I guess. I thought it was the 4, but so when you turn your core and it gets like that and you open your shackle, you have to return your core, and you're not sure which way to go because it's in the middle of the lock body and there's no markings. So what you need to do is go that way to reset it. But if you go this way, what happens, because there are holes here that line up with the pins at the bottom, all of these pins fall out and it becomes a rattle. And that's what rattling your core is. In locks that don't even have that there, you can get your lock kind of stuck like that. And then you just need to get in there and take a pick or a rake and just agitate, because these things have come up and got in the way a little bit, and you return it. So the crazy thing is we make fun of Master Lock a lot as lock pickers, and this is one of their best locks, but it's the one they put in a plastic body. Now, why is it a plastic body? Because it's a lockout tag out lock. It's not for security. It's, if this was a switch to industrial equipment or a big machine and I turn the switch off, I need to lock it up because someone's working on it so nobody can turn it on. So that's what lockout tagouts are for. Safety, not security. You'd think they'd take the good lock and put it in the rest of their shit that's for security, but they don't do that. It's one of the perplexing things to all of us in lock sport. You can call the cops on me. I talked to all my local cops. I started advising them about handcuffs because they all get to use the ones they want. And we talk about them, and I explain how shitty their cuffs are and how I can get out of them. They all look like their cuffs betrayed them. It is a funny moment. When I laugh at a cop's cuffs, they all look at their cuffs and just kind of like, I thought you were better than that. Oh, ow. All right, well, it's been a good night. I had a good time. It was just kind of a random live. I was hanging out. I was watching Mick. I was watching Dean. I was still awake. I was going to play with some cuffs and locks and shit like that. So, as I always say, why not jump on, say hey, hang out with my friends. And that's what we're going to do. So, I'll catch you guys. I think I'm going to do some more lives going this week. I just trying to get into a different rhythm, and I got a few ideas in my head I want to kind of play out, and maybe get some people on here with me. So I got a few people to reach out to. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you all stopping by. It's been a good night, and thank you.